3, 2, 1. It's all right. It needs to be. Ooh.
Oh no!
Hi everyone, hope you're well. In today's video, I'll be using for the very first time the brand new Viltrox EVO 55mm f1.8 lens. This is a very affordable lens and Viltrox have an incredible reputation, so I'm very excited to see how this lens performs on a real shoot. Let's find out. So before we get into this video, I would like to say a big thank you to Viltrox for sending me this lens. As always, with all the brands I work with, they have sent me this lens, but they've not asked me to say anything in particular about the lens, just to give my real and honest opinion. So we're going to do that. This is also literally the first time I've ever used the lens. You can see I've not even got it out of the box yet, which is maybe slightly unwise because I'm not sure how to get it out. This is the proof. Ooh. There is tape on here, so bit like Christmas Day, let's get this out for the first time. Now this is a full frame 55mm lens. Very difficult to talk while trying to, there's more tape. There is more tape. I've had the pleasure over the past few months of reviewing two Viltrox lenses, their 50mm f1.4 and their 85mm f1.4, and I've loved those lenses. In fact, the 85mm is now my go-to 85mm lens. Now the only reason that the 50mm isn't always something that I use is because I'm not a big fan of the 50mm focal length. But as I say, those lenses have been excellent. I've been really impressed. So first of all, let's get out the boring bit. This is the lens hood. Never going to use that, which I get a lot of stick for in the comments. Shoot me.
Bad boy.
This is what we're all waiting to see. Ta-da! Literally, first impressions, this is built really nicely. It's small and it's light. So this is the FE 55mm from Viltrox, which I think is basically sitting very well alongside these two lenses. So this is the Sony FE 1.8 35mm and this is the 85mm FE 1.8 from Sony. Now if we put these all together, we've got 35, 55 from Viltrox and 85 from Sony. You can see they are very, very similar. But the big question is, how does this lens perform? Now, I could just do a direct comparison in this video between, say, the 35mm Sony FE and the 85mm Sony FE, but that would be quite boring. So instead, I'm going to really put this through its paces and compare it directly to the much larger Sony 50mm G Master 1.2 lens. So you can see size-wise, the Sony G Master is much bigger. It's also obviously a 1.2 lens, so that's an advantage of this straight off the bat. This is 1.8, this is 1.2, but price-wise, these are worlds apart. This is a very expensive lens. I don't know the exact price it is right now, but it's going to be, I would say, 3 or maybe 4 times more expensive than this lens. So let's find out how this performs on a real portrait shoot with my friend Rebecca. So before we get into the shooting, I want to say a big thank you to the Salt House, which is a beautiful wedding venue in Staffordshire in the UK. They very kindly let me come here for the day and do this shoot, so massive thank you to the Salt House. Also, huge huge thank you to the very slim Rebecca. I'm going to keep that bit in, I could redo it, but we'll keep that. Yeah, thank you to Rebecca. Rebecca's been the star of many of my videos now, and she's amazing to work with, so Rebecca's going to be helping me with this shoot. And I was trying to think when we were coming down before, what are the things that you'd be interested to know if you're considering buying any new lens? So first of all, I think it comes down to how heavy it is, the size of the lens. So as you can see on the screen now, size-wise, this is very, very compact, and that to me is a good thing, especially for wedding photography, because I can have a lens on my camera for 10, 12 hours. It's a long time, so having a big, heavy lens on your camera over that time can can weigh you down a little bit. So small and light is great, and I can prove that by the fact that I would say for the past 10 years at least anyway, I have been using small 35mm and 85mm lenses on both of my cameras. So I purposely not wanted larger, say 1.4 lenses. I've gone for the smaller 1.8 lenses because they are smaller and they are lighter. And I also find that that makes me feel a bit more discreet as a wedding photographer. You also want to know how fast is this to focus and just the quality of the images as well. So I'm going to start off by taking photographs of Rebecca in this beautiful natural light as we got here. Then next we're going to go outside. I'm going to ask Rebecca to move quite quickly. She doesn't know this yet. Maybe run towards me in heels, run towards me, and we'll see how fast this lens is able to focus and keep going through lots of shots. And then finally, just because it's me and I'm always wanting to use off-camera flash, I mean this will give you that clue, I'm going to take a couple of shots outside of Rebecca with off-camera flash. But first of all, we'll start inside. I have on my Sony A9 II the Sony 50mm 1.2 G Master lens. So as I mentioned in the intro, these are the lenses I'm going to be comparing. This one is hugely, drastically, massively cheaper than this lens, but how will it compare? Because Viltrox have been smashing it, and I've loved some of their recent lenses. Say their 50mm 1.4 and the 85mm 1.4 have been amazing, and I've loved using them. So I'm hoping this one will be similar, but this is obviously a focal length that I'm not actually as used to. I'm not a huge fan of 50mm, and I've never used 55mm before, so it's sort of in between that 35 and 85, so I'm going to be a bit more like, what's this? But we'll see how we get on. So I'm going to ask Rebecca to pose here. I mean, she does instantly really well against the natural light. So I'm going to ask Rebecca to take one tiny step up to this way, if that's all right. I'm just doing that to make sure that the area behind Rebecca is gone completely into darkness. Let's go to 1.8 because other apertures are just boring for portraits. So we've gone to 1.8. I'm on my Sony A9 III. And the base ISO of the Sony A9 III is 250, so 1.8, ISO 250, and then the shutter speed is whatever it needs to be to give me a nice exposure. And I think 800 works really nice, so I'm going to just keep Rebecca there first of all. Beautiful. Just looking at me, please, Rebecca. Stunning. Again, Rebecca does make this very easy. Gorgeous, Rebecca. It's tracking the eyes you'd expect on the Sony A9 III really well. Gorgeous, beautiful. I did expect this. I can't praise Viltrox enough because recently they have been making incredible lenses, really making moves, I would say. And this lens, already, it's so affordable, but look at that. You could literally cut your finger, it is so sharp. So I will do a comparison on the 50mm f1.2. The big advantage this obviously has is the fact that we can go to 1.2. But I'm going to go to 1.8 just to take the exact same shots at the exact same settings. Again, bear in mind, I am using here an A9 II rather than an A9 III. I only own one A9 III. I'm poor. Sony, if you want to send me an A9 III, by all means, feel free. Sony don't even know who I am. It's a shame. Okay, so the exact same settings here. So 1.8, not 1.2. Gorgeous, Rebecca. So the exact, yeah, beautiful. So on the screen now is a direct comparison between the Viltrox EVO 55mm 1.8 and the Sony G Master 50mm f1.2. But both of these shots were taken at 1.8. Stood here now in the room, it's very difficult, apart from the white balance differences, to see any difference whatsoever. I am not saying that the Viltrox EVO 55mm is as good as this lens by any means, but already you can see that this is amazing value for what you're getting. So I'm going to take a few more shots. Beautiful. Just looking out to the light for me. Amazing. Let's get a little bit closer again. Might just try now to use my mirror. Now, I always say whenever I'm teaching that for me, 35mm is the best focal length to use when creating reflections with a mirror, but we might be able to get away with it with 55. Notice for this shot as well, I'm getting so far over that I don't actually have any of the window light in the shot. There. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Thank you for that, Helen. I get asked a lot where I place the mirror, so you can see there. Really nice, Rebecca. Rebecca makes this so easy. Yeah, I mean, I'm always conscious when I make these videos, I don't want to like oversell and sound like a used car salesman, but for the price of this lens, for the image quality that you can see now we are getting, it's very hard at the moment to sort of say, oh, don't get this, or there's a reason that I wouldn't recommend it, because these images are really, really sharp. I'm loving them. So what we'll now do is go outside and we'll test this in a different way by asking Rebecca to move and see how fast it can track. We are outside again, the beautiful Salt House, so huge thank you to them. As you can see, it's such a stunning venue, and it's also the first signs of summer, I would say.
Spring?
Spring. Either way, we've got all these lovely flowers, which is really cool. So I'm going to shoot through these flowers. We've got the amazing Rebecca over there, and I've asked Rebecca to walk towards me with sass. And she's going to swing the dress around, and basically what I'm doing here is going to test how fast the 55mm lens can keep up tracking wise. So I'm going to really push it by, again, staying at 1.8 with my aperture. We're at ISO 250 again. Again, that is the base layer of the Sony A9 III. And again, the shutter speed will be whatever it needs to be to get the exposure that I want. So as I go down low here, I'm getting really nice foreground bokeh. That's a little test shot. I'm going to take a lot of shots here. I'm basically going to keep my focus on Rebecca and just hold down the shutter button, and I'm on low burst mode on the Sony A9 III at the moment. So let's see how that goes. Whenever you're ready, give me the gold. Yes! Love it! So I don't know how many shots I took there. It is on the screen now, but I can tell you just by going through that, yeah, they are tack sharp. These are brilliant, Rebecca.
Good.
Remember, that is at 1.8.
Beautiful.
I'm very conscious again, I don't want to say, oh, this is brilliant, but please let me know in the comments what you would do to try and make this lens sort of not appear like everything's amazing, because it's doing really, really well. I'll do the same thing now. This time I'm going to go a bit closer to Rebecca. I will move as well, so I'll go backwards and we'll see how it performs then. But again, I'm expecting it just to perform miracles again. Whenever you're ready, and give me the gold again. So I'm moving fast as well. I'm scared. Amazing. Perfect. Again, I don't know how many shots that was. It will be on the screen now, but it was a lot. Yeah, the only thing that I can possibly say against this lens compared to this is that this is 1.2. I'm trying to come up with something. Okay, Rebecca, whenever you're ready. 3, 2, 1! It's all right. These can be. Ooh!
Oh no! Oh no!
That can be replaced.
That was a Helen thing to do.
Oh well. Viltrox, this is what I'm prepared to do for you.
Can I just say I had nothing to do with setting this up. I always get the.
They're ganging up. I've got to turn this one around now.
Not me. All you.
Oh no. And when you're ready again, Rebecca? Yeah, go, go, go! Amazing! Good workout. Perfect. Brilliant. And again, as I just looked through at the last shot, it is tack sharp. I couldn't have gone much faster going backwards, and it's so sharp. Again, I'm loving this lens. My only slight issue for me is I'm not a huge fan of 55mm as a focal length, but that is nothing against the lens. It is performing amazingly. That's just that I'm just a huge fan of 35 and 85, but for the price, this is doing such a great job. I will, in fact, do I even need to compare it to this? Yeah, I will compare it now. We'll do the same thing with the Sony G Master 50mm 1.2. Again, I'm going to put it to 1.8 to be fair, but I don't see how it can possibly be any different. Go, go, go! Remember, this is the G Master, so I'm expecting it to be really good. Perfect, Rebecca. So you can see that it kept up really, really well, which again, I would have expected, but maybe I wouldn't have expected it to be quite as good on the Viltrox, because this is such a cheap, I don't want to say cheap, such a more inexpensive, affordable lens, but wow, it is incredible. Apologies for this, I'm struggling without my 360. I'm going to take a fake sunset shot of Rebecca. So to do that, I've got the AD400, the Godox AD400 on a very large Magstand Pro 11. I have the amazing Rebecca stood here, and I'm going to compose so that I'm shooting through this bush here. So again, obviously, I'm on the Viltrox EVO, sorry about this, the Viltrox EVO 55mm 1.8. So natural light only, I get this. Beautiful, Rebecca. But what happens when we add on the Godox AD400? 3, 2, 1. Nice. Right, okay, to make this shot better, we're going to introduce a front light. That is going to be a Godox V100 in a Magbox Pro 24. Going to 64 with A. The AD400 is on a quarter power at the moment. Okay, Rebecca, looking towards Helen, if that's okay. Gorgeous. Really good. Again, I'm just trying to really fill the frame here with the bokeh. Again, just looking at Helen. Really good. Perfect. Again, all of these shots are tack sharp. For these final shots, I'm going to get really close to Rebecca. We've got Helen having a workout here, holding the Magbox Pro just above Rebecca, and we've still got, you can see there, the AD400 behind. Stunning. Let's just turn B down to an 1/8. Gorgeous, Rebecca. Yeah. Really good.
As with all my photographs, all the photographs in this video were edited using my Lightroom preset pack 4, which includes 26 magic masks, 18 brushes, my base colour and black and white preset, plus a 2-hour editing tutorial video in which you see me editing 101 photographs using all the tools in the preset pack, so you can see exactly how I edit my photographs in Lightroom. You can download the pack now from my website.
Yeah, these are amazing. Again, just chin up slightly. Perfect. Yeah, love those. Thank you. I think we're done.
Happy days.
Yeah. Thank you both so much. I don't really know what more to say. The Viltrox EVO 55mm f1.8 lens has really impressed me. As you can see here, all these shots are so sharp. They are tack sharp at f1.8, and it's very difficult to know what more I could have done or could do to test this out. It is small, it is light, both of which in my opinion are really good things. It's crazy sharp, it's really fast at focusing, as you saw when I was asking Rebecca to run towards me. And remember, I was running as well, so I'm running, Rebecca's running, there's a lot of movement, but yet still the lens was tack sharp the whole way through those sequences. And best of all, it is cheap. It is really cheap. So I don't know what more I could possibly say or do to put this through its paces more, but I am very impressed. Again, Viltrox have been really smashing it recently. Their 50mm 1.4 is a fantastic lens. Their 85mm 1.4 is another amazing lens. It is now my 85mm of choice, and this lens seems to be just as good. And this is their FE lens, their EVO 55mm, which is in theory at the lower end of their line, but yeah, I can't really see the difference. So yeah, very impressed. Massive thank you to Rebecca and to Helen for all their help on this shoot, and to Salt House again for letting me shoot here. I always love coming here, and of course to Viltrox for inviting me to use the EVO 55mm lens. If you've any questions about anything I've done in this video, please let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. I'm off to buy a replacement lens for my Insta360 X5.